Good morning, students. Welcome to the online classes of Central Junior College. Today, your subject is Political Science, and I am Shubhasri Ghosh. I am your Political Science teacher. Okay, in the last class, we just come to know about the subject, or we just introduced the subject, that is Political Science. Okay. So, in this class, we are just going to start our first unit. In your HS second year, HS first year, you have altogether 20 chapters, which are divided into two parts, Part A and Part B. In Part A, you have 10 chapters, and in Part B also you have 10 chapters. Part A is all about the Constitution, the Indian Constitution, and different features of Constitution like fundamental rights, directive principles, and various organs of the government like executive, legislature, judiciary, local self-governments are there like this. And in the Part B, you are going to learn about political theory and different features of and different principles of political theory like liberty, equality, justice, rights, secularism, nationalism, etc. Okay, now let us start our today's class, that is the first chapter, making of the Constitution. Okay, so before we going to the making of the Constitution, that means how our Constitution was made, but I would like to give you a basic idea what is Constitution. That means the meaning of the Constitution. Okay, the term Constitution is derived from a Latin word. The Latin word is constituere. Latin word constituere, which means to establish, to set up, or to form. So a constitution is a set of laws and customs accepted by the people in a state. The Latin word constituere, which means to set up, or we can say to establish, to set up or to establish or to form. So a constitution is a set of laws and customs accepted by the people in a particular state. A constitution which also indicates the structure of government, its composition, and division of powers. It describes the relationship between the government and the people. It also limits the powers of the government. Now let us discuss the characteristics of Constitution. After discussing the characteristics, you will better learn what is actually Constitution is. What is Constitution? Characteristics. So first characteristic is Constitution is a fundamental principle. Constitution is fundamental principles. fundamental principles are those principles which guide a state how to govern the people. Okay, the people living in a society. So in a society, like in our family also, we need some rules and regulation, we need some principle. In every family, in each and every family, they have some their own ethics, their own principles. So without these principles, a family cannot, the people of the family cannot stay together. Okay, like this, for the betterment, for the welfare of the people in a particular family, the elders make some rules or principles, okay, which will admire by all the members of that particular family. So same, for running a government, for running a state, we need some principles which should be followed by everyone, each and every citizen of a particular state. So these principles are actually constitution. In constitution, we find some principles, some rules, some objectives, some goals which we the citizen of that particular state have to follow. Next, constitution is the supreme law of the land. Constitution is the supreme law. Supreme law of the land. Okay. There are various types of laws, like legislative laws, court or judicial laws, law of particular organization, etc., etc. But the constitutional law is the superior one. Okay, all these laws come after constitutional law. Constitution is the supreme authority. By following the principles, by following the laws of constitution, the other institutions can make rules, regulations or principles. That means constitution is the supreme authority, the superior authority, and the laws are also superior or supreme. Clear? Next, third is, it is, or the constitution is not static. Not static. Not static means, that means it is dynamic. It can be changed. Okay. Say for example, as we got independence in 1947 and constitution was enforced in 1950, and now we are in which year? 2020. So in this long 70 years, we go through several kind of changes. Okay, and these changes which we have to cope up with, because changes are one feature of the life. Okay, so we have to accept those changes. So constitution, if it is static, then we cannot cope up with the changes. So the constitution should be changed or modified according to the situation. We have to adjust with the situation, and for that reason constitution cannot be static. It should be modified. Clear? That means it is not static but it is dynamic. Next, in the next point, it specifies the powers and functions of various organs. Okay, it specifies powers of various organs. Organs means, like our body, we have various organs. So a state, a government has also organs. The main three organs are executive, legislature and judiciary, which you will discuss in the later classes in a detailed analysis. Okay, but I just want to give you a basic idea that what are the organs, because the name organ is there. So organs are three. One is executive. Executive means the government, the ministers, or that institution which followed the principles, which like cabinets are there. Cabinet means the prime minister and other ministers along with the other minister, they are called cabinet ministries. Not only the cabinet, but there are other ministers also which are called council of ministers. So what are the duty of them? They have to execute the laws, they have to govern the state. Okay, so executive means to do something for the welfare of the people, or to utilize the laws made by the legislature. Okay, so this is called executive, who execute the laws, which execute the different principles, different laws in the particular area which is suitable for the people, like allocate the assets for the welfare of the people. So we can call executive, like our prime minister is head of the government, so he is the prime executive, and along with that other ministers are also called executive. There are different types of executive, we will come to know in the later period, but I just give you a basic idea that who are executive. Next come the legislature. Legislature legislature is that part which make laws for us, like you can say parliament. Okay, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, they make laws. So they make laws. After making the laws, legislature make the laws, then these laws are executed by the executive, and finally that organs come, that is called judiciary. Judiciary means the court, Supreme Court, High Court, or the Session Court may call the judiciary, where we can go to settle our dispute for protect our rights. Okay, so these all organs, they have different function, and all these functions are actually specified by constitution. So next point is limits the powers of government. Now by limit we can say that without the limitation in power, the government may be dictator or autocratic. That means it will always think about its self-interest, but government should not think about its self-interest. It should always think about the interest of the people. Okay, so that the government will not become dictator, the constitution limits the powers of the government, so that it will always perform its duty for the welfare of the people. Clear? And in the last point, that is, it safeguards the rights. Safeguards the right means the constitution is the guardian. It acts like a guardian of our rights. See, if any condition our rights became offended or curtailed or restricted by the government or by some individual or by some organization, then we may go to the court to protect or to defend our rights through the process of constitutional law. Clear? That means constitution by itself guarantee us fundamental rights. so that these rights cannot be taken over by anyone. It may be a government, it may be a particular individual, or maybe a particular organization, but it is the Constitution which gives us fundamental rights, so it is its duty to protect us all, but protect our rights also. So who protect our rights? Constitution through judiciary. Judiciary means the third organ, that is the courts, Supreme Courts, high courts or session courts. So through courts we may defend or protect our rights. Okay, so in this class we learned about the meaning of the Constitution along with the characteristics. Hope you understand today's class. In the next class I will discuss another new topic. Till then, stay safe. Goodbye.